Jules here from Joolsedesigns at Tatty Treasures. So it's quite a cloudy, cool day in Cyprus today. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all my new subscribers, my old subscribers that have been with me right along my journey. And today what we're going to do is we're going to do some tags. So it's a tag with little circles, and you can use any shape, but I've decided to use circles. Now I've just done this one, it's still, so that's kind of an arty, what I would call an arty-farty one. But it's got the little bees and the flowers. It's even got a little butterfly. So this is what we're going to do. Now normally I would cut these circles out with nesting circle dies, which I've got at home. I didn't bring with me this time. So what I've managed to get hold of is one of these compasses, which are great for drawing circles because you can draw them on any, well, as wide as it'll go, any diameter. So what I need is a piece of card, and it's just an old picture, and this is, it's a 6x6 card folded in half. And what I do now is I need to find the middle. So I've got a ruler that gives me the middle, and what I do is I just draw a little line there, little dot, not a line. And then what I want is the middle of this card. Now this should go 3 and 3. Okay, so that's the middle. And then the dots that give me the middle across there. And what I want is, so I've got a circle to put in here, and it's 3, and normally I would do 1.5, and that's what I'll do. So I'm just doing a little dot there and a little dot there. So I know these are my two, the middle of my circles. Now you can use anything, you can use washi tape, and you can do that, you know, on your circle there, and then draw around it on your piece of paper that you're going to cover it. But what I'm doing is I'm doing it with this because I'm getting quite a dab hand. So I'm just going to go from the 0, and I want my circle just over an inch, so 1¼ inches. So what I've done is I've marked it just the little dotted section after the half mark, and then what I do is I put my pointer in the middle and just draw around it. And if I do that, it draws around it quite nice. And I do the same with this one. Oh, you have to be careful. See, when I was at school, when you got these, the points on these compasses were quite sharp. Now they're a little bit blunter, so they don't stick in. So there we are. So we've got our circles that we need to cut out. And what I usually do is I usually put my pin, a pokey tool, and just in the middle and a couple of spaces out. It just makes it easier for me to cut. Get my scissors. Now I will speed this little bit up Okay, so that's that done. And when you're cutting it, you don't get a perfect round, so well, I never do anyway. But what I tend to do is I get a ball tool and then just go around the edge just to smooth all the and then I don't need those. Now you can see the back of the card's got a bit dirty, which is fine, doesn't matter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink round, well, first of all, I'm going to cut the tag out. So I'm just using my store card with the corners cut off just to just match the edges up. And throw those little bits in the bin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink around the circles and the edges. Okay. I've found me little finger dauber. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to go around the edge in black as well, just around the outside, and it's just VersaFine I'm using. So I don't want anything really on the card, but I just want it framed in black, and I'll not do the circles because if I do the circles I'll get it on the card. And all that does is it just makes it pop that little bit more. So then what I need is I need a piece of card, a piece of paper, and I'm going to use this. So I want it slightly in, so it should be 3 by 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it just 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, and that should fit on there with a tiny border. And again, what I'll do is I'll cut my tag corners out, and then when you look at it, it just sits in nicely. So then what I want to do is I'm just going to place it in there with the border round. Now I don't always get this perfect, and I'm just going to mark is to use this. So if you put your pencil on the edge and then poke it in, put your pencil on the edge and poke it in. Now, so that is the middle. So I've got two marks there. Now what I want to do is, because that is just over the inch, I want it a little bit wider to give me a border. So I'll put my point on here and just do that, move that out of the way again. You can use any shape, you can use squares. I have got some like honeycomb shapes, but I didn't bring them with me this year. Normally I bring them with me, but I forgot about them. So, and again, I'm just, and there we have our 2 circles. And then again, what I'll do is I'll go around just with the ball tool, just round the edge of the circle, like that, and that when it fits on. And you can see where I went off there a bit, it's a little bit wider, but it's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink round the edge of this tag. And we'll just pop that out the way. And we'll just have a look at it. We'll just put that on. I'm using that glitter glue. Then we'll place this on here. And there we have it. And then obviously we have and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp that with a little bee stamp that I've got. I've got these. I'm going to do the big one. It's like a we'll have a look. No, it's going to be the big one. And there we are. And again, I'm going to use the VersaFine, the Onyx Black. It doesn't matter if this isn't perfect because this is going to be closed and will be sliding. So I'm just going to put the bee over that little mark there. There we are. And I'll put that little bee over that mark there. Just bear with me 1 minute. Sorry about that, I'm back. So while I was away, I had some lunch because my husband came in, and I just put some watercolour paint on the little bumblebee, and we now need to stick that down. So because I'm putting a card in, I'm only sticking it at the bottom here, so a thin and then I'm going to stick the whole, all of this, and so we'll stick that down. And wipe any glue seepage that comes out. Okay. My desk's starting to get messy again. And if you wanted, you could put acetates in them. There is a freebie on my site that has these pictures on that you can print them out and use them on paper and use them, or you can print them out on acetate. And I have used them in some of the specimen cards, and I will use them again. So just making sure that's well stuck down. Now I've got a piece of card here. It's probably still a little bit too, yeah, it is. So I'm just going to trim it down a little bit. Just shoving that in there, and that in there as far down as I can get it. That's it. And that just fits in there. So it's just, I'll measure it when I find my ruler. So the card is 2 3/4 by just a smidgen under 5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on it. Thing is, it's got, so I'll put some a border or something on there. So again, what I will use is I'll use my glue stick in the middle and my glitter glue around the edges. So, you know, even if your paper doesn't fit like that, you can still put it on, because you can put other bits of paper on. And we'll put that there. And what I'm going to have a look is I'm going to have a look at my words. And we've got journal, light. What's this one? Just a note. We might put some of them on the front. So again, I'm just going to ink. Okay, so we'll just trim that one there. And I'm not trimming the other edge. Oh, that's it, the glue's right to the end. Take that off. And I'm just gonna, and that should fit in there. And we'll see parts of the bee, we'll not see it all. Like that, that's fine. And I'm going to put a tab. So, and these are die cuts. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping on there. I'm going to do the script on this stamp, because it's meant to be a postcard. So there we are. it on this way. So I'm just resting the edge on there and then just manoeuvring it. Oops, can't pick it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the corners off, and then I'm going to ink round it. Like stitching your tags, you could stitch around that. You could stitch around that or just stitch around the top. I'm just gonna give this another ink in. And there we have the tab for pulling it out. Alright, just let me get this. By doing this, you're just stretching the card a bit. That's better. Okay. Now, do I want this one on the top? Or do I want this one? I think we'll have this one. I am going to ink this one as well. I think I'll put the B on this one. And this one as well if you wanted, but I'm not, because it's got the B on it, I'm not going to put the grommet in it. Just going on the edges. And again, whoops. Okay. And just taking some of this out. Whoops. I'm just going to stick it on there. And this just builds up layers. see where that one is. I'm just going to trim this one down. And again. There, I'm just going to ink round it. And do I want any coloured paper behind it as well? Yeah, I think we will. And just build up another layer. And we'll stick that on, then I'll trim them off. Okay. Trim a little bit more of that off. And then crown that one as well. This one seems to have a wider border, it's just the way I stuck it on there. Now, do I want some little bits and pieces of ribbon or... Let me have a look. No, I don't have any of that. I think I might have some of this pink though. And this is just a bit of gauze that I brought out with me. I brought it in like a peachy pink and a peach. And I'm using fabric tack for this. Not the best scissors to use, but right. And I'll use fabric tack on that because it's going on there. And we'll use it. about that. Got the dropsies. So we've got that. And what else do I want to put on? Right. Now I can either do that in white. I like the green. And I'm going to use the art glitter glue. And whoops. I'm going to take this little bit off here. And we'll so one good thing about these like syringe type nozzled bottles what else do I want? Do I want some ribbon on that? Now let me see. Yeah, I think we'll have a piece of ribbon on this. I like using the bits of ribbon, the lace, sorry, not ribbon. There we are. And what about some little pearl beads? No, what did I do with it? I've got some there it is. Yes, use some of this. I'm just using one strand, and again this is just a ribbon that you buy. You can buy it in all different colours. I've got it in the black and silver, the pearl, and I've got it in this copper as well. I quite like it in the copper. And it just adds a little bit of bling to your Do I want it on top there, or do I want it? No, I want it on the ribbon, on the lace, sorry. And just a tiny bead of fabric tack. Whoops. Okay, we'll put that back. Just give me a second to get tidied up again. And I've got some little toadstools here. Okay. And these are just die cuts. And I think I've used them on all my little bee journals, all on little tags, and I like them. So I'll be cutting some more of these out. And I just use the little scraps of paper. I think I got them from Temu. There's one. Just going to shorten that stem a bit. And we'll put that one there. Okay, so that's our peekaboo tags. So the little bumblebees are playing peekaboo. So we've got 3 here. So we've got the grungy arty farty bees on the flowers, and we've got the bee and the flowers, and that one I just doodled round. And you've got journaling space there, journaling space on the back of the tag, the same. So I hope you get something out of this. I've enjoyed doing these, even though I didn't have a little circle die to do it. I quite enjoyed going back to my school days and using one of these compasses. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.